All right, picking up where we left off, we are diving into the Leo horoscope now. If your sun sign or rising sign is Aries, Taurus, or Gemini or Cancer, then go watch part 1. If you are Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces, then this video is for you. All right, so our Leos. This full moon in Gemini is going to call you into your authority and your voice and your leadership, especially as it relates to groups and organizations. It's time for you to speak up. It may be time for you to join a new group, to join a new cause, or to step into a new position of leadership within an organization, a group, or a cause that you are already a part of. But you are really being called to speak up and step in groups, potentially at work, or just other organizations that you're a part of or choose to be a part of. All right, so for Virgo, this full moon is really encouraging some big shifts around your job position. So maybe it's about really shifting the way that you view your job and the way that you relate to your job. Maybe it's time for you to reassess what your role is, and are you doing it well, and can you do it better? Or maybe it's time for you to do something else. It might be time for a transition, either into a different position within the organization you work with or into a different job entirely. All those things are up for consideration during this full moon. All right, so for our Libras, this full moon really has a theme that's focused around both education and travel. So it's time for you to really voice what you desire when it comes to higher education, gathering and attaining new knowledge and wisdom, and also when it comes to travel, exploration, expedition. There's a real call to move forward in some big, bold ways. And the biggest, most important thing for this full moon right now is to claim it, to put it into words, and start making a plan that aims you in the direction of those goals and those desires. All right, for Scorpio, this full moon is definitely bringing up some stuff around intimacy, and it's time for a transformation there. There's an opportunity for really big healing and deepening of intimacy, but it's going to require you to face some uncomfortable truths and look at some shadows that you may have been trying to avoid. But the good news is, if you are willing to own and name and touch and share, then you have a real opportunity to really deepen your intimacy, deepen your fun, deepen your pleasure, deepen your play. But it takes bringing those shadows up and out and owning and naming in order to make way for that rainbow of awesome on the other side. All right, so next we have Sagittarius, and for our Sagittarius, there is definitely some big tension here with this full moon, and that tension is around commitment. And this can be a challenging one for Sagittarius in general, but it's like, do you commit? And yes, I mean to the person, to the relationship. You know what I'm talking about. Because there's so much opportunity for building great things from a strong foundation that's going to require commitment. And, you may not be ready for that, and this person might not be the person. And if that's true, then this full moon is going to help you know that truth so that you can recommit to yourself. You can commit to doing something different. But it also may be the instigator that helps you know that it's time to really commit to the relationship that you are being called to. And there's an opportunity to really forge peace and harmony and union. But it also might be that it is time to recommit to yourself if there is, if it's clear that harmony and union and balance and peace with this person ain't gonna be the thing. So regardless, relationship stuff is up. All right, so for our Capricorns, this full moon is asking you to surrender into the cyclical nature of your being and surrender into the season that we are moving into, which is winter. You are being asked to really let go of a lot of big plans and things, like not necessarily like forever, but like to put things on pause and to put some things on the back burner and to focus on what really matters now. And that looks like, it may look like focusing on your health, both your mental health or your physical health, but also like doing what it takes to get through the winter and making sure that you're prepared to survive those darker months that are coming, especially for us in the northern hemisphere particularly. And so that looks like making sure that you literally or metaphorically have your firewood gathered, have your food put up, have, you know, enough warm blankets, all of these kind of things, to make yourself as comfortable as possible in the season that is coming. And remember that it's an opportunity for incubation, and so much blooming on the other side of this season. So for our Aquariuses, you are really being asked with this full moon, like it is time to show up and shine. You are like front and center. The spotlight is on you. You have things to share. You have things to offer. Maybe they're your ideas, maybe they're your artistic creations, but it's time to present them. It's time to share them with the world. So let's do it. Find a way. Whatever your unique way is, we need to see and hear from you. It's time. So for Pisces, this full moon is really it's a little bit painful. It's a little bit uncomfortable. You are really being required to own some uncomfortable truths, and where the work really is if you can, it is time to admit that you could use some help. And anywhere that things feel unfair, feel unbalanced, feel like you're giving more than you're receiving, then you're working harder than people around you, you're people pleasing, all of these things, it's going to be up in an uncomfortable way. But there is also an opportunity to really shine the spotlight on these things. And if you can own them and ask for help, then you can really grow and evolve from this point. But if you're not willing to own these things and ask for help, you may find yourself in a lot of like emotional distress and pain and turmoil right now. My best advice to you is admit the truth, own the things, ask for help, or admit that you need rest, that you need time, that you need space. However you can be supported, you get to say it. And then the opportunity, the blessing for you is to actually receive support from the world around you. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yes, and you can have it. All right, so that's it for the full moon horoscope. Enjoy this full moon in Gemini. More soon.